Breaking news. Chargers fans, stay alert. A wave of chaos has just crashed through Los Angeles, and the Bolts are right at the center of it. This isn't just another off-season headline. This is the kind of breaking story that shakes the foundation of the entire franchise. A veteran linebacker finds himself in deep legal trouble, with serious charges that could change his career overnight. A blockbuster trade move is sending shockwaves through front offices league-wide. And a shocking twist? A familiar face could be returning to the Chargers, a reunion that might either lift this team to the top or leave fans with more questions than answers. But before we dive deeper into this explosive update, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Smash that like button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a major Chargers development. Let's jump into the latest news. Now, back to the chaos unfolding in Los Angeles. One key player just spent a night in jail, and it wasn't for something minor. We're talking about assault weapon charges and a legal storm hovering over him like dark clouds at Sophie Stadium. Another, a rising star who may have just been involved in the most lopsided trade in recent memory. And yes, the Chargers might be the ones who pulled it off. And finally, a 35-year-old veteran on the radar. Some believe he's the missing piece the Chargers need to finally take down the Chiefs and own the AFC West. This isn't speculation. It's happening right now, and I'm breaking it all down, piece by piece. And now, the name behind the headlines, Denzel Perryman. Yes, that Perryman. The heart of our linebacker unit. The veteran who fought his way back to Los Angeles, bringing leadership, intensity, and a resume packed with 154 tackles and a Pro Bowl appearance. But what should have been a triumphant return has turned into a nightmare. Late Friday night, Perryman was stopped by deputies from the South Los Angeles Sheriff's Station. A normal evening, a routine check. Nothing unusual. Until they opened the trunk. Inside? Not just a firearm. An arsenal. 2 assault rifles. 3 handguns. Enough firepower to raise eyebrows across the league, and not in a good way. What makes this worse? The rifles weren't compliant with California law. That turns this from an awkward misunderstanding into serious criminal charges. As of Saturday morning, Perryman was still behind bars, staring down the kind of legal situation that could not only jeopardize the Chargers' season, but potentially end his entire career. And it's not just about a bad night. This is the same Denzel Perryman who spent 6 hard-hitting years in powder blue. The same player who left, made noise in Carolina, stood out with the Raiders, got tangled in a suspension in Houston, and finally came home in 2024, ready to be the soul of the Chargers' defense. Now, instead of leading this team into battle, he's fighting a battle of his own, off the field. And the fallout? It's only just beginning. The timing couldn't be worse. Just when the Chargers were counting on veteran leadership to stabilize the defense, Denzel Perryman, the one guy who knows this system like the back of his hand, is suddenly off the field and in a courtroom. Training camp is underway. Defensive coordinator Khalil Mack is trying to lay the groundwork for a brand new defensive identity. But instead of leaning on their most experienced linebacker, the Chargers are now scrambling to adjust, with a gaping hole in the middle of their defense and no clear answers. The impact of this arrest goes far beyond headlines. This could shake the entire defensive strategy before the season even kicks off. And with Perryman's legal situation hanging in the balance, the uncertainty is growing by the hour. But just when the storm felt like too much, another twist drops. Let's rewind. Remember the outcry when the Chargers sent Keenan Allen to the Chicago Bears? Fans were furious. Critics said the team had given up on Justin Herbert. The headlines screamed betrayal, panic, and confusion. Trading away your WR1 for a 4th-round pick? Really? But today, with all eyes on that same deal, the mood has flipped. What looked like surrender may have actually been one of the boldest and most brilliant moves this front office has made in years. Keenan Allen didn't just go for pick 110. That move was part of a bigger puzzle. And now, rival general managers are scrambling to understand how the Chargers may have pulled off the biggest trade heist in recent memory. The fallout? It's only just beginning to unfold. And what's coming next could change the narrative of the entire season. What started as a controversial trade is now looking like a masterclass in roster building. When the Chargers dealt Keenan Allen to Chicago, It felt like a farewell to one of the franchise's most reliable weapons. But no one saw the twist coming. That deal didn't just bring us draft picks. It opened the door to a whole new era. Here's how it played out. The Chargers took that 110th pick from the Bears and flipped it, trading up from number 37 to number 34, leaping ahead of desperate teams like the Patriots who had their sights locked on Ladd McConkey. While they were left scrambling, the Bolts grabbed the most polished route runner in the draft, a receiver already flashing star potential in C, and that's only the beginning. In the same trade-up with New England, the Chargers also landed pick number 137. What did they do with it? They turned it into Tarheeb Still, a young cornerback who's been tormenting veteran receivers in practice like he's been in the league for years. Quick feet, elite instincts. He's already making a case for major reps this season, so let's put this in perspective. Chicago shipped out a Pro Bowl receiver, and, in return, handed the Chargers the building blocks of both a future WR1 and a shutdown corner. While the Bears are left with empty hands, the Chargers are stockpiling young talent like chess pieces and winning at every turn. But here's where things go from clever to downright surreal. Keenan Allen himself has reportedly been back in Los Angeles, visiting the Chargers facility. Yes, the same player we traded away to save cap space might be on the verge of a homecoming. He's been in talks with the coaching staff. No official word yet, but insiders are buzzing. A reunion could be closer than anyone thought. Picture this. Justin Herbert, throwing to Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen, a rookie phenom paired with a trusted veteran. Speed, precision, and chemistry, all on the same field. If this happens, the AFC West won't know what hit it. Just when you thought the wide receiver room was taking shape with Ladd McConkey lighting up training camp, a new possibility has surfaced that could change everything. Word around the league is that Adam Thielen might be on the move. And the destination? Los Angeles. If this deal happens, it won't just improve the offense, it could redefine it. Because with Thielen in the mix, the Chargers might be stepping into the season with the most balanced offensive arsenal Justin Herbert has ever had. Here's the situation. Over in Carolina, there's a logjam. The Panthers just drafted Tedoroa McMillan with the 8th overall pick, and he's not riding the bench. They've got Xavier Legette and Jalen Coker turning heads, plus Jimmy Horn making serious noise. That leaves Adam Thielen, their most dependable target over the past 2 years, suddenly without a clear role. And that's where the Chargers come in. Mike Williams' retirement left a massive void in this offense. A physical, experienced WR who could move the chains in high-pressure moments. That role is still vacant. Ladd McConkey has superstar potential, no question. But beyond him, Quentin Johnston has yet to live up to expectations, still struggling to make consistent plays. Trey Harris is talented, but raw, the kind of player who needs time to develop, not be thrown into the fire. Enter Adam Thielen. At 35, he's not the flashiest name anymore, but what he brings is reliability, sharp routes, strong hands, and veteran instincts. He's the kind of presence that can calm a huddle, convert third downs, and elevate a young receiver room overnight. If this move happens, Herbert won't just have options, he'll have trust. And that might be the difference between another what-if season and a deep playoff run. He's not just another wide receiver. He's a route technician, a master of separation, a player who moves through defenses like he's reading sheet music, and every note leads to 6 points. Adam Thielen plays the game like he was built for moments that matter. But here's what really has the entire Bolt Nation buzzing. If this move happens, it could be the final piece of the puzzle, the piece that shifts us from almost there to a real threat to the AFC throne. Now, close your eyes and picture this offense. Justin Herbert under center. Ladd McConkey flying downfield, stretching coverage with elite speed. Possibly Keenan Allen back in powder blue, breaking ankles with his signature route running. And Adam Thielen? Slipping into soft zones like he knows the defense's playbook by heart. That's not just balance. That's lethal. For years, Kansas City has ruled this division like kings, while the Chargers fought to find the right mix of talent, health, and chemistry. We've had the firepower in flashes, but never the full picture. Never the reliability. Never the polish. Adam Thielen could change that. He's not just experienced. He's smart, clutch, and surgical in tight games. He knows how to win. He can coach with his presence. And more importantly, he can still produce at a high level. Pairing Thielen with our young guns and a quarterback like Herbert, that's a blueprint not just for playoff football, but for a deep postseason run. This isn't just a roster upgrade. This is a statement to the rest of the AFC West. The Chargers are done waiting. The fight to unseat the Chiefs starts now, and we're finally armed to make it real.